Good morning, class. In the previous class, we studied about precipitation, the solid and the liquid forms of precipitation, the rainfall, the snowfall, hail, and then we studied about the clouds, water clouds, and the different kinds of clouds, at what height they are found, and what all do they bring. Now we learned about the cirrus cloud, the cumulus, the stratus, and the nimbus cloud. I want you to very carefully look at the diagram given on page number 20 also, where it is explained in a very comprehensive manner. You just need to look at it. You will find that the height of the clouds at which they are found is also mentioned, and what kind they are. Low clouds, okay, and what you see over here, stratus, and you see the different kinds of clouds over there, whether they bring a steady precipitation, the showery precipitation. Then you see the clouds with vertical development, how they develop. So this is very important. Once we meet again in the class when the school reopens, we'll take it up again. Now today we are going to learn about the wind and the weather instruments. Instruments used to measure heat, rainfall, then the atmospheric pressure. We also learn about the isoheight and the isotherms. What are those two meant for? So let us first understand what is a wind. So the wind, underline please, is the horizontal movement of air from high pressure to low pressure, underline. All winds result from unequal heating of the atmosphere. At some places it is extremely cold, somewhere it is moderate, somewhere it is very hot. The speed of wind depends upon the difference of pressure between the two areas, whether high pressure or low pressure. Now understand one thing, underline all that. Now greater the difference, the speed of the wind increases. Greater the difference. Which difference are we talking about here? The difference of pressure between two areas. From one point is from where, which side the wind is blowing, and to which side. Now, as per the intensity of their speed, winds are named, underline, such as breeze, storms, thunderstorms, heat waves, cold waves, and cyclones. The temperature of the wind depends upon its source region, meaning to say from where the wind is originating. If it is blowing from a dry and hot area, then it will be hot, and if blowing from relatively cooler areas, then it will be cool. Please underline all that, both the lines. Now this is why sometimes we get cool winds and sometimes they are hotter. Now this is the time when in the northern plains we'll have the Lu, or these are periodical winds, which Lu is a periodical wind which is native to India, or more specifically the north of India, even in the western region, and it originates in the western region from a very hot climate, and it blows towards the northern region. There is no moisture in the air, and it makes the area more heated. Now understand one thing more, and please underline it also. Winds also help the clouds move. It is the wind direction which determines the direction of cloud movement. So generally you must have heard during the monsoon, when the clouds are gathering from all sides, and when there is no wind at all, then the people are happy, because then it is certain to rain. But if a breeze or a wind picks up, then you will notice, you must have observed how the clouds overhead also, they disappear or start moving in the direction of the wind, and we do not get any rainfall, or if we do get, then it is just a shower. Now wind speed is generally greater in winter than in summer. Why? Because pressure gradients. What are pressure gradients? From higher gradient or a higher altitude to a lower gradient, or vice versa, are usually steeper in winter. So there is extreme difference between the higher and the low gradients. Underline this. Wind speed is also greater over water than on land, because over water there is no obstruction. So the kind of windstorms that you get on and around both the poles, the North Pole, the South Pole, the desert areas, and areas which do not have any climate vegetation at all, there you will find the wind speed is very great, because there is no obstruction of trees, huge trees as such. Now, weather instruments. There are different instruments to measure the elements of weather specifically. Accurate reading of all these instruments is very important to develop detailed and near accurate weather report. Weather maps and charts are developed to tally the weather phenomena of certain region for certain period of time. Underline this, children. Let us discuss different weather instruments and how they work to record specific weather elements. So please underline weather maps and charts. Why are they prepared? It is give reasons. It can be asked and give reason also to develop developed to tally the weather phenomena of certain region for certain period of time. Now let us see the first instrument that they have talked about here is a thermometer. Thermo means heat, underline, and meter means to measure. The instrument used to measure temperature is thermometer. The most thermometers are closed glass tubes which contain mercury or alcohol. When the temperature of air around the tube heats them, they expand up the tube. The tube has got the scale of measurement marked on it, so that we check the reading of the point where the mercury or alcohol has reached. Now you all must have, if you have not seen a weather thermometer, then you must have all seen the thermometer which all families generally keep at home to measure the temperature in case anybody falls sick. So it contains mercury. Mercury does not contain alcohol. So you will remember when you were children, your parents were telling you not to bite it hard, put pressure on the glass, as the glass might break and you might swallow the mercury, which is poisonous. Nowadays, digital thermometers are available which directly show the exact reading on the display screens. The 6S maximum and minimum thermometer consists of a U-shaped tube with bulbs at both the ends and the glass tube filled with mercury or alcohol. It can give the minimum and maximum temperature of a place at the same time. So why is the 6S maximum and minimum thermometer important? Because it gives the minimum and maximum temperature of a place at the same time. In certain climatic conditions, 6S thermometer is very useful. Now, underline, children, temperature is measured on the scale of degrees Celsius or centigrade. It is named after the Swedish astronomer Anders Celsius, who created a temperature scale in the year 1742. In this scale, the freezing point of water is 0 degrees centigrade and the boiling point is 100 degrees centigrade. In case you have forgotten, so please underline. Underline, Celsius is depicted by the following symbol C, and this circle over here is the sign of degree. Now another scale used, see a diagram of the 6S maximum and minimum thermometer is given over there. Take a look at it carefully. Now another scale used in a thermometer is degree Fahrenheit. Underline that. It is named after Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit of Germany, who proposed the scale in the year 1724. So the Fahrenheit thermometer came before the centigrade of Celsius one, which came in 1742. Fahrenheit is depicted by the following symbol, degree Fahrenheit. Now the temperature of a place means the temperature of air in shade. It is measured with the thermometer kept in the Stevenson screen. See, the Stevenson screen is this. It is a standard shelter for the thermometer to protect it from direct rays of the sun. Why? Because the temperature is measured in the shade. Surface heat, it from direct rays of the sun, surface heat and radiated heat in case it is hanged on the wall. So underline that, children. Now, Stevenson screen consists of a wooden box painted white and fixed on a stand about 1.5 meter from the ground level. Why is it painted white and not black? Because white does not absorb, but only dark colors absorb more heat. So if it will be painted black or any other dark color, then what will happen? It will not give an accurate reading of the temperature of the area in which it is put. Now, painted white and fixed on a stand about 1.5 meter from the ground level. See, we all know about, you must have learnt about terrestrial heating in class 7 or 6, or even in when you were in class 5. So this is why it is, you know, that the rays of the sun, they directly fall on the earth's surface, and then the heat which is emanated from the earth's surface, it heats the atmosphere. So this is why it is kept about 1.5 meter from the ground level. Its sides are ventilated for free passage of air and has an insulated roof made of double boards to prevent the sun rays from reaching inside. So the roof is insulated. The heat might be reaching inside, but the direct sun rays do not reach inside. Now children, not much to explain in the thermometers, the Celsius or centigrade or the Fahrenheit one, and even the Stevenson scale, just the things that I have pointed out. Please reread the whole thing again. The entire wind part is very important, the pressure gradients are very important, and how what is the horizontal movement of air is called a wind, and what does the speed of wind depends upon. This is very important, children. So please go through it again, underline what I have underlined over here and what I have asked you to underline. In case of any problem or confusion, you please note it down and we will discuss it in detail when the school reopens. Till that time, please study well. Thank you.